So on Saturday, Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia passed away. He apparently died in his sleep at the age of 79. Now, 79 is a good long lifespan, but once you reach higher and higher ages, your odds of dying at the mean age of, 72, 78, I don't remember, goes down substantially. Because, you've got to take into account all the infant mortality, all of the, reckless youth, all of the, adult onset fetal alcohol syndrome, the normal things that often kill prematurely. Scalia, according to one website, only had a 49% chance of dying, putting him, not in the top half of likelihoods, but here he is, he's died. He has died, and since Supreme Court justices are given a lifetime appointment, there's only two ways they can leave the post. And while I think he could have just retired, I respect his decision. And I think he made the right choice. So that means, with just 11 months to go, Obama faces the possibility, but not probability, of replacing a Supreme Court justice. Now, for the past, since the last appointment, Obama has appointed two Supreme Court justices, Sotomayor and Elena Kagan, and both of them are pretty strongly liberal, well qualified, but quite liberal. He was able to do that because, he was a sitting president, he had years to go. He could, as long as he didn't appoint someone like Harriet Miers, like Bush did, who was basically his legal nanny and had no serious qualifications. No, he could get them through. But with just 11 months to go, it's a different game. Last year, Justice Ginsburg considered retiring, but didn't, because she said, "I don't believe that Obama would be capable of replacing me with someone as liberal as me. So I'm going to ride it out until the next election, at least, or death, whatever." So with 11 months to go, Obama's got a tough road to face. Now, there's already talk, Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Maternal McConnell, has said, "I'm going to insist that the president, respect the will of the voters, do not appoint someone, wait until the next president comes in, and then let them appoint them." Well, the will of the voters is clear. They elected Obama not once but twice. It is Obama's responsibility to nominate someone, and Obama quickly came out and said, "Yes, I'm going to name a successor, and I expect you to vote." McConnell has the opportunity to make it very difficult for Obama. And the question is, will he? Now, up until, as of right now, as of yesterday, I guess I should say, the court was split. 4 liberals, 4 conservatives, and 1 swing vote in Justice Kennedy. Now, Justice Kennedy was actually appointed by George H.W. Bush, Bush 41, but he's turned out to be kind of liberal. And apparently, the older you get as a Supreme Court justice, the more liberal you get. But he has turned out to be quite liberal, though he voted against the Obamacare ruling, forcing Justice John Roberts, I'm getting wonky here, but no, Roberts was the deciding vote. It doesn't matter. The thing is, now that the most conservative justice has died, this leaves an opportunity to replace him with someone who is either liberal or moderate. It is believed Obama will appoint someone who is moderate. And the Republicans have the opportunity to confirm him or her, or try to stall. Now, conservatives are saying, nope, they're going to stall, they're going to ride it out, they're going to wait for the next president and deal with it then. Well, here's the problem, guys. That's a gamble. That's a big gamble, because you don't know you're going to win. Right now, there are even odds that Hillary will win versus any Republican. And that's according to the British sites, which allow betting on the American election, which is quite interesting. And as the field narrows down, we'll get a better idea. Whether it's Hillary versus Trump or Sanders versus Cruz, the dynamics are too up in the air. So basically, the Republicans who control the Senate, who ultimately decides whether or not a Supreme Court justice is confirmed, the Republicans have to gamble. Do we accept Obama's moderate appointee now, or do we stall and hope that we can win the White House and the Senate to get a more conservative justice? Or if we lose the White House and or Senate, we're going to get a much more liberal justice. And frankly, I think the smart money is take the moderate. Take the moderate. I do not believe that the Republicans are going to win the Senate and the White House in November. I'm so confident that I'm willing to mention this in my podcast and then probably not mention it again. That's how confident I am. Yes, you can feel my confidence just dripping out onto your ears. Also, I apologize for that. I should probably have, mentioned to have a wet wipe handy. No, I think Obama will nominate a left-ish moderate, and that the Republicans will accept it and claim, you know what, we're bipartisan. We let this happen. When the truth is, they know that if they don't, they're going to look like obstructionist a-holes, which will end up punishing them in the election. That if they don't, more liberals and young liberals will turn out in the election because they know that a Supreme Court nominee is definitely on the table. And if that happens, they're going to get a way more liberal justice, and probably a fairly young one who's going to be sitting for 30, 40 years, generation or two. But, let's take a moment of silence for Justice Scalia, and we're going to do it in the same way that Republicans take moments of silence for all their fallen heroes, and that is like this. Here we go, moment of silence, and it's passed. You got to make it quick, because ratings are key, and you can't honor someone if it means dead air. At least that's what they've taught me.